It's funny how peaceful life can be, until someone walks into your world and tries to take what's yours. I was just an ordinary person, living quietly in a neighborhood I had called home for years, until one neighbor decided to cross a line. This is a story of how I stood up for myself and taught my entitled neighbor a lesson she'll never forget. I've worked hard all my life to have a little peace and quiet in my retirement. My home was my sanctuary, a modest place filled with memories. But that all changed when Lisa moved in next door. Cut to Lisa's flashy car pulling into the driveway next door. She exits with a dismissive attitude. From the start, Lisa didn't exactly make an effort to fit in. She barely acknowledged me, treating me like I was invisible. And her attitude, well, let's just say, she didn't have much regard for the people around her. Lisa's flashy sports car taking up half of the shared driveway. It started small. Lisa's car would take up space in the shared driveway, making it hard to park. At first, I thought it was just a mistake, something she didn't realize. But it wasn't just a one-off. Day after day, I found myself squeezing into tight spaces while she parked without a care in the world. Cut to a loud party with guests coming and going. Trash left in the shared driveway. Narrator, you. And then the parties. Loud music. Guests coming and going at all hours. The neighborhood, once quiet and peaceful, was now a place I didn't recognize. Trash was left in the driveway, and I found myself cleaning up after them, even though it wasn't my responsibility. Scene 3, a costly investment, the electric vehicle charger. Footage of the storyteller excitedly driving a new electric vehicle into the driveway, pulling out a charger box from the backseat. Narrator, you. I had a dream to reduce my carbon footprint. So, I bought a new electric vehicle, something I've been planning for months. I even installed a charger to make sure I could keep it running without any hassle. Cut to the installation of the charger, electrician working. It wasn't cheap, let me tell you. Between the cost of the charger, permits, and installation, I spent over $2,000. But I thought it was worth it. This was mine. My own charger, hooked up to my own electricity. Scene 4. The first theft, a startling discovery. Cut to the storyteller walking outside, shocked to see Lisa's car plugged into the charger instead of her own car. One evening, I came home, only to find my car unplugged and Lisa's shiny new electric SUV plugged in. I stood there, staring, trying to process what I was seeing. My charger, my investment, was being used without my permission. The storyteller knocking on Lisa's door, voice steady but frustrated. I went over to her house and knocked. Hey, Lisa, I noticed you're using my charger again. I tried to be calm, but it was hard. I paid for this. It's mine. Cut to Lisa smirking, brushing off the issue with a wave. Lisa didn't seem bothered at all. She raised an eyebrow and casually said, "Oh, it comes with the house. The landlord said it's for everyone." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "No," I said, "this is my property. I paid for it, and it's connected to my electricity bill." Lisa shrugging, brushing off the situation. She didn't care. She shrugged and said, "It's not a big deal, just a little electricity." Cut to the storyteller reviewing an electricity bill, shocked at the increase. At first, I thought it was just an accident, but the charges kept adding up. My electricity bill was skyrocketing. It wasn't just about the money, it was the principle. I had worked hard to make my retirement peaceful, and now someone was taking advantage of my goodwill. Cut to the storyteller coming home, seeing Lisa's car plugged in again, and their car still uncharged. One night, I got home, tired and frustrated, only to find my car unplugged again. I snapped. I had had enough. The storyteller installing a lockable smart charger. I wasn't going to let this slide anymore. So, I did something about it. I installed a smart charger, one that requires a code to use. If Lisa was going to keep using it, she'd have to ask first. I also made sure to consult with the police to understand my rights. Turns out, stealing electricity is illegal, so I knew I was in the right. Lisa banging on the door, furious. Of course, Lisa wasn't happy. The next day, she was at my door, banging on it like a madwoman. Why is my car locked out? She demanded. I need that charger. I told her, it's my property. I paid for it. You have no right to use it without permission. And I stood my ground. Lisa calling the police, the officers arriving. To my surprise, Lisa called the cops. She claimed I had stolen her charger. She was trying to turn this into something it wasn't. The police showing Lisa the proof, then turning to the storyteller with a nod of approval. When the officers arrived, I showed them everything, my receipts, the installation papers, and my electricity bills. They quickly saw through Lisa's lies. One of the officers turned to her and said, "This is not yours. You have no right to use it." After the police intervention, Lisa's behavior was no longer secret. The neighbors began to distance themselves, and rumors started to spread that she might even be forced to move. With the charger safe and the neighborhood calm, I could finally enjoy my retirement again. It felt like a victory, not just for me, but for everyone who believes in doing the right thing. This experience taught me something important. Boundaries matter. I didn't want trouble, but sometimes you have to stand up for yourself. If you don't, people like Lisa will take everything they can. Looking back, I know I did the right thing. Standing up for my rights wasn't about being difficult. It was about respect. And when you stand firm, sometimes you get to teach a lesson that sticks. Thanks for watching. If you've ever had to deal with an entitled neighbor, leave a comment below and share your story. And remember, don't be afraid to set your boundaries. They'll make your life a lot easier. See you next time.